Hi everyone and welcome to another Decorate With Us. Today's video is part of the Wreath Galore collab, and I will have the hosts linked down in the description box below. I'm kind of ashamed to be bringing you this video so late. I've been having some Wi-Fi issues, and this video was saving when my Wi-Fi went down, and so then when my Wi-Fi came back up, it said my file was corrupted and I had to re-edit the whole thing. So here I am a full week late, now showing you the wreaths I made. So I'm going to do two different style wreaths. The first ones are technically going to be like candle rings. So I got all of this stuff technically could be purchased, I think, from the Dollar Tree, but this was all stuff I had on hand. So I started off, and my plan was to tie the tinsel to the round frame, kind of like I've seen many other people do with the mesh bow wreaths. So you'll see I went along and I did this for a while. I think I did it all the way around the inner circle. And then when I got to the middle ring, I decided that there had to be a better way. So you will see how my plan changes as I go along. Let me explain a little bit more. I'm in a no-spend January, and what that means for me at least is that we're still buying groceries, we're still buying gas, we're still buying everything that would be like normal life essentials. All our bills are being paid. My husband can spend whatever he wants because he's not having a no-spend month, but I am trying really hard to not spend any money on decor. So I had these wreath rings that I had bought to make candle rings for Christmas and then just didn't have time. And I already had the pipe cleaners on hand, and I already had the tinsel garland. So it's kind of funny, I had the tinsel garland because I've actually never used it in my decor. I probably had it for like 15 years now. So you can see here, I finally decided that I could just go in through the front. And sorry, I didn't realize that when I was picking the wreath up, you couldn't see what I was doing. But basically, I determined that tying it on to the front of the wreath and then tying it through was just an extra step that wasn't needed, and that I could just feed the pipe cleaner through the back and wire it on that way. And you'll see here at the very end, I kind of just got fed up on it because I had two things going on and I was still going to make a second one, and I just ended up wrapping it up, which did work perfectly. So my plan is to use these in a future tablescape for Valentine's Day with a candle in the center. Now it is a little deep, so I'm going to take this woodwick candle holder that I kept and place it down inside, and then I'm going to place a pillar candle here. I do think I'm going to want something higher, but we'll play with it a little more on round 2. Okay, so here's round 2. We're no longer going to pre-tie the stuff on. I figured out that at the crossbars I needed longer pieces, and in the middle sections I needed shorter pieces, so I've pre-cut those. And now I'm just going to go through the same process of basically following the tinsel around the 3 rings and tying it on with the pipe cleaners.
So I found the strength to say it was harder than catching the moon. And when the words fell out, I saw the warmth filling the room. So I gathered the strength to lift it, and you picked it up and laid it down, and you picked me up and I am found. Oh, oh, oh. It's without a cause. Sometimes it's just because I think we found it. Oh yeah, we found it again.
And then I don't know if you've noticed, but I did determine at some point during this that if I folded the pipe cleaners in half like this and kind of made like a hook, I could go over it and it made it a lot easier to feed it through the back. When I get to the crossbar parts, I have been like tying it one way and then the other, if that makes sense. I did have a little extra end that I'm just going to end up wrapping around the inside and tucking down in, and it does help it actually lay a little bit nicer too. So here are kind of the candle options that I'm toying with for my tablescape. I have this beautiful crystal hurricane candle holder that is from Dublin collection that my husband got me for Christmas. Or I have this clear pillar candle holder that I got on clearance years ago from Joann's with just a Dollar Tree pillar candle that I've also had for at least 2 years now. It's actually one of our outdoor candles. And you can see here I've got some spots that I kind of need to mess with. When I do my tablescape, I'll make sure that I get them nice and round. And then here's the third option, which is the black pillar candle holder with the red candle, which is actually the color scheme I'm going with for my Valentine's Day tablescape. So this is probably what you'll end up seeing me do, but you'll have to come back to be sure. Okay, so for project number 2, I also had this heart wreath frame that I had bought from the Dollar Tree, and then this tinsel garland that I don't even know where I got. I've had it so long. The heart wreath form I actually had because my plan was to make snowy pine cones. Oh, showing you here, I'm just going to use some tie wire and white. And I've already cut it down into some pieces. Okay, so I was going to paint pine cones white, put Epsom salts on some, kind of make like snowy pine cones and frosted pine cones, and hot glue them to the wreath form. I decided that that would be too time consuming and that I needed something that was quick and simple. And honestly thought that I was going to make all 3 of these within the matter of maybe an hour. That did not prove to be the case. If I'm being honest, unless you really, really like DIYing, or you have a ton of time on your hand and just really need something to kind of kill the time, Dollar Tree sells tinsel wreaths for $1.25, and I probably spent 4 hours making these. Now, you could probably do it faster. My hands don't really function properly, and then I'm extremely nearsighted. So the 2 in combination kind of made things more difficult for me. In hindsight, I have a couple other ideas of how I could have done it that maybe would have made it more simple, and you may see me do those in the future. But here I am, just basically going through the same concept as with the other one and tying the tinsel on. I'm just using the tie wire instead of pipe cleaners because I didn't have white pipe cleaners and the red pipe cleaners would have stood out too much. I thought the white wire would conceal itself real well, which by the way it did. It concealed itself so well that I couldn't tell where the wire was when I was trying to push it through the tinsel so that I could twist the 2 ends together. So now I'm at the end, and I could technically make just another ring and have it get wider, as you saw me show just a second ago. But instead, I kind of have a hollow spot here. So I've tucked it down inside the hollow spot, and then the extra piece I've just literally tucked in through a hole, and we're going to pull it taut. And it seems that that piece is just going to hold there because I have my wreath hanging on the wall for now a week, and it hasn't fallen down. So tucking it up in there worked perfectly. And then we do still need to make a hook. So I have this extra piece of pipe cleaner from one I had cut in half. And I'm just going to take it and twist it around my finger to make a little loop. And then I'm going to go grab another wreath frame so I can actually show you how I tie this on.
And then I found the sparking. Whoa, the spark in you.
Okay, so this is just a round wreath frame. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to wrap it around the outer wire ring. And I'm doing it this way because I tried to do it just kind of like a single hook piece, but then it moves and it won't stay centered on the dip of the heart of the wreath. So this way, you'll see in a second kind of my demonstration, it won't be able to move too far one way or the other. hindsight's 2020. I should have put this on first. So if you plan on doing this project, go ahead and make sure you put this hanger on your wreath form before you put all the tinsel on. It'll save you a huge headache. But nevertheless, here's my reveal of the finished product. And I did use it in today's upcoming collab at this point. So I hope you come back to see it. And that is it for today. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, I hope you're having a great day.
Got easier to see